Let me start off with some bad news. As I told people that there probably would be as of last week, I saw this coming. And indeed, Patreon has banned me. So not only am I now banned from PayPal, but I'm also banned from Patreon. And I haven't even gone deep into uncovering the whole scamdemic, the whole plandemic / scamdemic. I've just referred to it as a psyop. I haven't even gone into deep aspects of it. I've simply told my take that this is a psychological warfare operation waged against the American public, and anybody who's really buying into it is a fearful child, because you don't understand how the government, how secret societies, how intelligence agencies that are the dark occult orders of our world in the modern day operate, and the psyops that they perform to get the public to believe what they want. And that's all this whole modern, so-called pandemic is. It's just a psychological warfare op, just like 9/11 was a psychological warfare op. And people still can't see it, and they still buy into it because they're fearful children, cosmic children that have never grown into psychological adulthood, that will believe whatever they're presented as long as it comes from a so-called authority figure. Because again, they're not grown up enough to employ the trivium method and determine the truth for themselves. And this is what Patreon is. This is what the people who work at Patreon are. You're psychological infants. You don't understand the world that is taking place around you. You don't understand your own inner world. You have no idea about how the human psychology works. The highest up levels of this organization probably take their marching orders directly from dark occultists and or secret society and or intelligence agency assets or agents. And they don't give a rat fuck about what is right or wrong. You are human vermin. You are Nazi trash. You are communist trash. You're authoritarian trash. You're the destroyers of freedom. You're the destroyers of free speech. You're immoral garbage as human beings. And your parents were immoral garbage as human beings because they gave birth to children that they didn't give a rat fuck about morally educating. And that's who you are as human beings. That's who you are deep in your rat fuck black heart. And I'm not going to make any bones about it, trash. You're Nazi scumbags. You're communist fucking scumbags. And you're not going to tell somebody who knows what's operating in this world, who understands the level of evil operating in this world, that my worldview is wrong and yours is right, because you're an ignorant scumbag fuck. And I'm correct. So go ahead and ban me. You won't stop me. You could ban everybody from your platform. You're not stopping me from speaking, you rat fucking garbage. And for anybody that thinks this isn't the proper emotional reaction, there's something wrong with you, boy. There's something wrong with you, little girl. You're the problem because you don't get emotionally involved enough to care about doing something. You haven't transmuted that anger into right action. That's the problem. And I have. So don't tell me about how to do it. I know exactly what I'm doing and how to do it. There's nothing wrong with me. There's wrong with people who don't give a fuck about censorship. There's wrong with people who don't give a fuck about the continuing encroachments on our freedom. You have the problem. You're emotionally stunted. You don't have the right sacred anger to do something. That's the problem. Don't tell me it's my problem. No, I'm correct. And mine is the correct emotional reaction to what's taking place in this rat hole. Let's get that straight. And let's get it straight that if you're a new viewer to this show, you shouldn't be watching now. That's your problem. That's you doing things in the wrong order. Go back to number 1 and listen and watch in order and keep your mind volume at a low level so you learn something. Because that's the problem with even the viewers of this show. You don't listen. You don't learn. You're too up here. You haven't learned how to quiet that and listen to wisdom. That's why most of you ain't doing shit. You're kicking back, you're watching it like it's a fucking movie, and it ain't. It requires your personal participation.